If you knew how powerful your attention is, you would protect it at all costs. What's going on, world? Brian Wright here, and you're now tuned into the Brian Wright Radio Show, where we offer value in the form of content that'll help you change your mindset, change your life, and become the best version of yourself. No matter what religion, race, creed, sexual orientation, none of that stuff matters, because at the end of the day, we are all the human race. My goal is to tap into this source and deliver this message, and hopefully you can get something from it and apply it to your life, and you can take it out into the world and serve it and make it a better place than we found it. That is the purpose of this channel. Thank y'all for being here. So today, it's raining. So I didn't get to walk for ideas. But right now, I'm just sitting here reflecting on my life and how far I done came, right? You see, I'm learning that it's so much noise in the world. If you're looking for something to do, you'll definitely find it, especially being on your phone. You can go down so many different rabbit holes. But that lets you know that all these people or this technology, the people that run this technology, all of them are looking for your attention, because the more attention that they can get from you, the more they can grow their app or their business or whatever, because your attention is gold. And that's why we should pay attention to where ours goes, because you will create whatever you put too much energy into, whether it's good or bad. And when you learn that these people's jobs are to make the dopamine rush in your head go crazy and get you addicted, you'll understand why you need to get away from it. If you knew how powerful your attention is, you would protect it at all costs. When I look back on my life from 18 to 35 years of age, I really did a bad job at protecting my attention. And if I would have done the right thing with it, man, how far I could have gone. And I know it's other people that think like that also. But instead, what was my attention on? It was on things that were irrelevant towards goals, irrelevant towards success, and all those things that got my attention back in the day, whether it was material or a person, they're not even here anymore. That's the sad part about it. All those cars are gone. All those women are gone. All that money is gone, just to name a few. And I'm not saying that my life isn't a good one, but what I am saying is that I could have gone a lot further if I just would have been focused on the right things. But I didn't understand that until now, being 35. And what I learned is that in order to elevate, you have to isolate, because it is only in the isolation, when the noise clears, that you can find out who you are. Most people don't know who they are because they won't take the time and make the time in order to find out, because they are too busy being controlled by him, by her, by them, by they, by it. And it is because of that we have so many people today with an identity crisis. They have too many distractions and too much noise all around them. And until they learn to isolate, nothing is ever going to change. Am I saying that we should become a hermit and not talk to anyone and cut everybody off? No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that we have to limit our time and make more time for ourselves to find out who we are, to find out why are we here, and to find out what we can do to make this world a better place. Because all that extra stuff is just luxury. All those material things, though they are nice to have, they won't solely make you happy. And people are not going to remember everything that you bought, but they will remember the impact that you made on their lives. And in order to impact the world, we must first detach from it. And we must learn what we want to be and dedicate our whole lives to becoming it. I remember when I was in the military, one of the biggest accomplishments was to make sergeant, and I became an E4 promotable. I tried to hang around the people that didn't want to be promoted and at the same time try to make sergeant. And one thing I noticed was that those things were incompatible with each other. And in order for me to actually become that sergeant, I had to isolate myself from people who weren't thinking the same way. They still wanted to drink. They still wanted to party. They still wanted to chase girls, chase guys. And all that stuff was incompatible with who I wanted to become. Now, did I say I never partied and never did that stuff? Absolutely, I did it. I had fun doing it too. But one thing I learned was that I had to limit my time doing it. And I had to isolate myself, take my corresponding courses, study becoming a leader, learning my job a lot better so I can perform in the absence of my leadership. So that way they can see that I was prepared for the person or for the task that I wanted to take on. And by doing so, I became a sergeant. And though it was challenging, what was nice about it was the impact that I had on some of my soldiers' lives, because they would all come back to me to this very day and tell me, thank you, man, for what you did for me. You changed my mindset. You helped me grow up. You helped me mature. And I will always be grateful for that. And that's what makes me feel good, the impact that I had on their lives. I used to have a mentor named Nani. Shout out to her. And she used to always tell us that the greatest income is impact. And if you go all through history and even the people of today that the masses adore, it was people who got away from the crowd, figured out who they were, found out what they loved to do, and figured out how they could serve the world with their gift. I was listening to Kyrie Irving's live stream yesterday, and he was talking about the process in order to become an NBA player. And he talked about how he had to miss all the parties, birthdays, holidays, and the whole 9 yards. And how he spent thousands of hours in the gym perfecting his craft because that's what it took to go against the best of the best. And in doing so is how we know him as Kyrie Irving today. One-time champion and arguably one of the greatest point guards of this time. So the next time that you see somebody on the stage or in the bright lights or famous, just know that it took countless of hours of being away from the world, practicing, doing the same thing over and over and over again, setting their mind on one goal, cutting off the world, and striving to become that. Because that's what greatness requires. It requires all of you, and it will come second to none. And we understand that we have to be isolated in order to get to that destination. Then we'll take our attention a lot more seriously, because we learn that attention creates our reality. And I'll close with this. To rise, you must first retreat. Isolation isn't absence, it's alignment. It's where you stop chasing the world and start building the version of you that can change it. So I have a question. When are you going to isolate so that we can talk about you next and your greatness and how you had an impact on the world? But it's only through isolation that we and you are going to figure it out. Never forget that. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can know when another video is going up. I appreciate everybody for listening. This is the Brian Wright Radio Show. Gone.